Okay, regarding the ongoing issue, I have been recording about this on here and on my Tumblr, which is at period.tumblr.com. And basically, the upshot is the tranexamic acid. I've been trying to get a straight answer about whether they're going to give me any more or not, and I haven't had one. And I've now got to the stage where my period has reached the very, very heavy stage, which is not to say it can't get even heavier, but I've had some of the bleeding on the floor and things like that. And I'm constantly up and down like a yo-yo changing my towel. It's heavy. So, yeah, the moment we've all been dreading, except that it appears that it's only me that's dreading it. Now, the NHS Direct advised me, as I'm sure the chemist will and have in the past, that it isn't the correct thing to hold back on taking the prescription out of the few pills I've got left. I have got some, but if they're to be the last pills ever, I have to approach it differently, and at some point I'm going to have to learn to just not have them and just heavily bleed it out. So, and really I need to save them for emergencies and nights and things and appointments or whatever else, I don't know. But if I knew that I was going to get some more, I would have enough, and it could even be in a couple of days. But I'm not sure exactly how many I've got, but I've got some. But the point is, I depend on them. And as for this home visit business that they're pushing for, which they know why it's difficult for me, and I think they should be addressing it as a separate issue, not making my pills contingent on it. And also, why do they keep just coming back to it every so often and then say they're making it a big threat of do this or else we'll take away your pills? They've had a lot of opportunities to like review my pills and take me off any of the pills they weren't happy with. And let's not kid ourselves. They're not going to discover anything in particular just by coming here and seeing me here. It's not about that. Even if they did tests, they'd have to go away and do them. It's about they want that to be the way that they make their big announcement to me, because I have never yet had a doctor who hasn't come already knowing their decisions about things. Nurses, doctors, they always come. Okay, there are some things like whether you're on iron tablets, things like that. Certain things, yes, they're decided on the results of tests, and obviously, yeah, they have to come into your home, or you have to be able to go to the surgery, which is even more far-fetched currently. But so there are some things like that, but generally most things they come and they only come to deliver the news. That's why when it was like 2020 and everything changed, they were pretty well able to do quite a lot of things remotely because they didn't really need to. But now, just because they can, it doesn't really mean they need to. And there are lots of things which it's quite funny, because the surgery in general in the same situation wouldn't actually even offer like a home visit or to come in the surgery. They would actually do it by telephone by default, the same sort of decision. But because basically Dr. King, who we're now starting to call Mrs. King, but because my husband and I feel she has lost the right to be known as Dr. King. But anyway, whether you call her Doctor or Mrs. King, this lady, she is vindictively pushing the point on it, and she finds out my weaknesses. I mean, she's punishing me because I haven't gone along with all the things that she wanted me to do, like the scans at the hospital and things, and you can live in a fantasy world that it's for my own good. It isn't. It's for her own reasons, for her professional reasons, if you like, but her career reasons. I think that would be a better way to put it, because it's not for. It's not. There's nothing professional about it, because you know. How about you go back to the doctors and nurses being caring and kind, sort of as a given? That would be just as a standard. That would be rather good.